Hey everyone, welcome to the channel into another collective reading. I hope you're all doing well. So I'm just moving the camera slightly, well my phone, so that you'll be able to see properly. We're going to jump into it and see what it is you need to know. At the time of you watching this, okay, so we have Hathor energy, intelligence, yes. I feel like a lot of you have grown, okay? It's like this isn't just speaking on the rationale and the logic, the usual sense of things, in terms of IQ, but I'm talking on, exercising intelligence on a spiritual level as well, not just on a physical level. This is having metaphysical intelligence. Okay, so you've grown a lot. I feel like the divine has been drip feeding you information, knowledge, and how you're applying that is enabling you to move more smartly. Okay, so you're moving smart. Okay, you're smart with your communication, you're more thought out when it comes to your decision making, you're looking at things with very clear discernment as well. You've unlocked something significant here. There's a level of understanding that you've accomplished. But I do feel like this intelligence you're receiving, I want to say extraterrestrial. That word is literally on my tongue. So for some of you, you may even be connecting with beings from other, star systems, okay? From other universes even. Wow. So this is high level intelligence that's coming from the cosmos, And like I said, possibly even you connecting or reconnecting with possibly what would be considered alien intelligence, okay? So this could resonate with people who identify with like the starseed concept, right? And I feel like you're able to discern the difference between energies, difference in communication. You have an awareness now, and when this communication is coming from something benevolent and something malevolent, okay? Yeah, what do we have here? We have Nefertari, completeness, wholeness, okay? Wow, we have a masculine and feminine, divine masculine and feminine energy, and both parties are holding an ankh in their hand and a rod in the other. So again, this is two divine beings that have unlocked secrets of the universe, that are received, both are receptors, both are conduits for communication from the cosmos, okay? So this is also not just speaking on connection to, high-level beings, ancient deities, okay? Which would be like lesser deities if you were to compare it to source, right? So it's not just speaking on that and, being reconnected with possibly your soul tribe, right? Especially those that may reside in another, star system. But this is also speaking on, establishing your place when it comes to your connection with source, and also awakening to your connection with a divine masculine or a divine feminine, depending on which one you identify more with. But you've both accessed something, you've both unlocked some key information, okay? Occult information, insight. And remember, occult just speaks on hidden knowledge, okay? It doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It's actually, it depends on the connotation. It depends on what you're accessing and how you're using it. But occult itself, the literal definition, means hidden knowledge. So it's neither light or dark. It's neither good or bad. It all depends on the connotation, right? And what you're accessing. So that's what I'm getting here. You're both receptors. You're both receivers. It's like the feminine. I feel like the feminine here is more of a high priestess energy, because I'm drawn to the two horns and the sun. It's like, it's very much symbolic of the chalice, right? And the golden egg, like the golden womb here. So it's like you are the protector of hidden knowledge. You are the gatekeeper, right, of hidden knowledge. But not only that, it's like you are a protector of divine children in a way. So you have a very important role here for those of you who resonate with this on any level. If anything, what I said struck a chord. That's what I'm getting. It's like you are a protector of divine children, whether that's, your birth children or not. You have an important role to play in the lives of divine beings, the upcoming generations. You are like their protector. You are like overseeing their well-being, their growth, their nurturing. You're supposed to guide them, lead them in some shape or form. So you may be drawn to working with children, especially young children, okay? Or drawn to, possibly doing like childhood studies, child psychology, things of that nature. And that's because you have a gift for it, okay? You're able to touch the hearts and minds of children. And bearing in mind, children are very impressionable. So the divine are only guiding people who are worthy of this position to these children, to help guide them, to nurture them, to support them, to love them, to care for them. This is beautiful, okay? And with this divine masculine energy, I feel like the role here is more in the case of, again, being a gatekeeper, but it's different in a way. This is more about, essentially, this is like being a gatekeeper. This is crazy. The masculine here is more like a gatekeeper to the kingdom of heaven, if you want to put it that way. That's literally what I'm getting. This is like someone who's gatekeeping access to the higher realms, okay? And not only that, this is someone who is essentially being appointed to weed out, okay, who is really for the divine and who isn't. Wow, this is nuts. I don't even know what's going on with this message, but that's what I'm getting. It's like this person is literally like, I don't know, like a royal guard in a way for the divine. It's crazy. Okay, so these are high level, high ranking spiritual beings, okay, that serve important missions here on this timeline, right? And I feel like this is about, with the feminine, this is about nurturing and leading and helping to mold the future generations, the upcoming generations of divine beings, right? Giving them that guidance, that wisdom, access to knowledge, information, guide them, teach them, okay? Allow them to, kind of make their own mistakes where they need to, learn their own lessons, but support them, guide them through that process in a way that we didn't receive that, okay? A lot of us didn't get that kind of support, okay? But the divine is working with people to change that, okay? Because they understand that, no, this is actually needed, So, but with the masculine here, this is more like, obviously there is going to be divine children birthed out of these couplings, right? As well. But I feel like the masculine is also a protector over the divine feminine and divine children, but they're also like a spiritual god, like a spiritual, yeah, literally, that's what I'm getting, like a spiritual god to like the gates of, heaven in a way. I don't know how else to describe it. It sounds strange, but literally that's what I'm getting. It's like, it's like guarding the like heavenly realm, the most ascendant planes. So I feel like that means there must have been some kind of assault launched by the infernal energies towards the higher planes. Wow. And there may have been people involved in this. This is crazy. I'm not even sure how that's possible. That's literally what I'm getting, though. So it's serious, enough for people to actually be enlisted. Not only, the angels of the highest order, like the seraphim, the ophim, the cherubim, okay, archangels, but people themselves, divine beings, specifically divine masculines, are also being utilized on an astral level to essentially be gatekeepers and active guards on guard duty. Wow, this is nuts. We have Bastet passion, yeah. Again, a very protective energy. Bastet represents protecting the home, the household. Again, protecting the kingdom of the Most High, protecting the kingdom of Source, protecting that universal force that is the life force in all things, right? So I feel like this union even is symbolic of that, because we have passion, you know, the unspoken bond, chemistry, connection between these divine beings, divine feminine, divine masculine, and the divine children that we birth from this union, from these unions, and how they are going to shape the paradigm, how they're going to shape the world as we know it. Yeah, but there's also like spirit animals, high-ranking spirit animals that are also here to protect these unions, protect these families, you know, and report back to the divine. These are like gatekeepers of these unions. These are protectors over these unions to ensure that the enemy doesn't stop them from taking place, essentially. Wow, this is crazy. So you may have a lot of animals drawn to you at this time, whether you're the masculine or the feminine. Okay, it doesn't matter. But you may find that there are a lot of animals, especially cats, may be very drawn to you right now. You may even find cows in a field just staring at you for no reason, just wanting to come towards you, right? Or you may be seeing a lot of cows all of a sudden. You may be seeing a lot of black cats all of a sudden. You may have a black cat, okay? But this black cat is, you know, also one of your spirit guides. This is also a member of your spirit team. Because bear in mind, cats are very tapped in. Yeah. We have skill with Patron. Yeah, this is what I'm speaking on. This is the ability and the knowledge and the know-how to essentially avoid certain endings, certain situations. I really felt this because I got this energy of, you know, protecting life as we know it, the natural world, sorry. Protecting source itself, okay? And it's like protecting the heavenly realm and the gates, having guards. This is crazy. You have to bear with me because what I'm getting, I'm trying to make sense of myself, but I'm getting this for a reason. And I felt this when I was talking about this, that I feel like, you know, some of these high-level dark practitioners, like the rabbi I've been picking up on recently, you know, they have been heavily studying in the arts of necromancy. And I feel like this is why the divine are working to counter out these attempts, right? Because I feel like there are beings who are trying to learn how to essentially resurrect old deities, old people of renown and certain bloodlines back from the dead. They're trying to bring certain entities, certain beings, certain people from the past back from the dead. Like, it's crazy. It sounds absolutely crazy, but that's literally what I'm getting. We literally even saw in the reading that this rabbi was a necromancer. So this could be one of the people that's learning how to do this or trying to find out how to do this, trying to unlock. Oh my gosh, that's what it is. That's why they want the divine feminine so bad for sacrifice, because they feel the only way they can do it and achieve it is by spilling the blood of a true divine feminine of this caliber. That's what they need it for. That's why they need the organs. That's why they need the blood. That's why they need the physical body, the physical vessel, not just the spirit of this person. But the only way they can do it, they feel, is by having this person. This is crazy. So I don't know what kind of dark literature they found where they discovered this, but that's what they believe, you know. The key to resurrection is by spilling the blood of a divine feminine. Because remember, if you think about the story of Osiris, if you think about the story of Jesus, you know, when they spilt the blood of a divine masculine, You know, they were able to resurrect to come back themselves, right? A divine masculine is able to, you know, if willed by the Most High, is able to be regenerated, okay? They're able to be brought back, possibly in another timeline, in another life, right? Possibly not in the same vessel, but they come back, right? A lot of us have had past lives. But when it comes to like this feminine here, it's like in order to bring a person back, regardless if it's male or female, a masculine or a feminine, if they were to use a divine masculine, it would backfire. It would backfire because they've already tried this before. So they believe the only way they can successfully do it is by spilling the blood of the divine feminine. Because the thing is, the divine masculine doesn't have the ability to birth new life, right? Whereas the feminine does. So as long as they have the seed of the masculine, they're able to rebirth new life, okay? Life of the masculine through divine children. But if you take away the feminine, then the masculine is not able to do that, right? So the masculine can't come back if they sacrifice him after the feminine's been sacrificed. But the feminine also can't do anything because they would be the one sacrificed. That's the plan. That's the plan of the enemy. That's why they've been targeting so many divine feminines for ritual sacrifice. It's for the art of resurrection, necromancy. This is insane. I never expected this reading to go this way. But the divine showed this for a reason. Yeah. So for a lot of divine feminines, if you're wondering, why have I been targeted in this way? Why is it constantly feminines that are coming up in these like attempts for sacrifice? This is why. Because even in the story of Isis and Osiris, even when Set destroys Osiris and dismembers him, right? So he can't come back together. Because bearing in mind, you know, even in Judaism, I believe, they believe that, you know, even if a person's dismembered, the parts need to be reunited as one, okay, in order for the spirit to be liberated. And I feel like, you know, in the case of obviously Jesus, right, his body was whole. His blood may have been drained. He may have been in bad shape, but his body was whole before his resurrection, okay? But in the case of Osiris, he was dismembered and his pieces were scattered because Set wanted to make sure he could not resurrect. But Isis had the power to bring him back, and she made a point of going out of her way to bring those pieces of Osiris back together so she could bring him back long enough in order to have this divine child, for him to be reborn in the image of the divine child that is Horus. Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense on that level. Once you really start breaking these things down and reconstructing it, you know, in a way that, you know, goes deeper than just the obvious, right? It makes a lot of sense on a crazy, really deep, profound level, but it does make sense, right? So that's essentially what it is, you know. And that's why these cults, they want to dismember the divine feminine and keep pieces of it for themselves because they feel like they'll gain more power that way. And it's also to ensure that this divine feminine cannot become whole again, okay? So they cannot resurrect again, essentially. That they have no chance of basically coming back and reincarnating. That's what it comes down to. But they also want to use this feminine's essence, their blood, their vessel, to try and resurrect some kind of being here or an individual. This is mad. And again, when I think about this, this is making me think of that film like Get Out, if you've seen that, by Jordan Peele. Okay, if you haven't seen that movie, check that out, because I feel like that is kind of, it's a good metaphor for what I'm seeing here, okay? It's not exact, obviously, but that's just to nudge you in the right direction, okay? Jordan Peele is not dumb. If you look at his movies, it's very intelligent, well written. It's absolutely chock-a-block of symbolism. There are whole videos on YouTube dedicated to breaking down the various, you know, symbols and signs and you know, numerology and everything that he includes in his films, right? It's highly occult, highly spiritual. There is a lot of heavy symbolism in his work, so I highly recommend watching Get Out if you haven't seen it. Okay, but yeah, it's like kind of like this, but on a surface level. This is like goes way deeper than that. Okay, because this isn't just about hijacking someone's vessel and suppressing their consciousness. This is literally using a divine being to bring back something else. This is crazy. Okay, but we have intelligence, Hathor. So I feel like a lot of divine feminines are starting to realize that they are needed for some kind of nefarious plot, and it has a lot to do with, you know, their essence, who they are as a divine being, what their capabilities are as a healer, right? Yeah. We have Statet. I'm probably saying these names completely wrong because my pronunciation is always terrible, so just bear with me. But we have fruitfulness. Yeah, exactly. The fruit, the seed of the masculine. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. The seed has nowhere to go if it doesn't have a womb, okay? And that's the point. When the coupling is complete, then both parties will be extremely fruitful, abundant, okay? Again, I feel like this is signaling on, this is like literally highlighting, this fruitfulness is speaking on these divine children. Look at how powerful and gifted they are. You know, these, I'm telling you, these divine children that are being birthed through these couplings, that will be birthed, they are going to be so profound. Their abilities are going to be on a whole nother like level. I cannot even tell you how powerful these children will be. Extremely gifted, you know. But it's up to the feminine and the masculine to do what they need to do to ensure that these children remain safe, healthy, educated, okay, truly educated, okay, getting the love, the support, and the guidance. Because these are the future leaders, and these are the people that will change the world, I'm telling you. They will. These are the leaders of tomorrow. And these are the individuals that the enemy fear most, okay? Yes, they're afraid of the divine feminine and divine masculine, but these are the individuals that they fear most. Even the devil himself fears these divine children. I can tell you that now. Because these are the ones that are going to change everything about this paradigm. Yeah, look at that. What do I say? We have Amun-Ra here. This is speaking on the Most High, okay? Creation. This is speaking on Source itself, okay? God, however you want to phrase it. The omnipotent presence in all things, okay? The universal force, the life force in all things. It's right here, literally looking at this divine child. Look how similar they are as well. I'm telling you, these children are going to be in the likeness of the Most High. This is gorgeous. You know, I absolutely, this reading, as crazy as it is, like, wow. I can't even tell you, like, the feeling I get from seeing this. Like, oh my gosh. Like, my heart is glowing. That's how I feel. Like, it's so humbling and it's so beautiful to get a message like this. Thank you so much for letting me read this message, to deliver this message, because honestly, it makes me want to cry. Like, I'm so humbled by it that I was able to deliver this message. It's so beautiful. Yes, there is this dark demonic energy here, but it's nothing. Look at it. It's no match for this. And they know it, okay? That's why they're trying to prevent it from happening. That's why they've been, you know, causing havoc and chaos between divine feminines and divine masculines, true divine feminines and masculines. You know, people who are extremely gifted, that serve a higher purpose, okay, that are meant to procreate. Because bearing in mind, there are feminines and masculines that do not have this mission. They have other missions, okay? But these are specific divine feminines and masculines whose joint mission is to have these divine children. And the enemy's been doing the absolute most to prevent this from happening. They've tried everything. Especially when it comes to the feminine, they've tried like literally killing them, harming them, putting them in danger, setting traps for them, turning people against them, destroying their name, trying to destroy the public image, trying to destroy their own self-worth, confidence, things of that nature. Divine feminines especially have been under extreme attack from day one, okay, because of this. I'm not saying masculines haven't been through their fair share of warfare. They absolutely have. But, you know, the masculines that are on this journey is different, okay? They've had to go through some deep inner child wounding and challenges in order to truly understand and help overcome those things, so they can basically essentially share those experiences and share that insight and knowledge with the next generation, with their children, so they can help them navigate these challenges, so they don't go through the same kinds of, you know, trials necessarily that they went through unnecessarily, okay? Yes, they're still going to experience trials. They have to go through hardships. They have to experience pain and suffering, because that is, you know, part and parcel of existence, okay? Especially on a 3D level, right? When it comes to, you know, living and operating on a 3D plane, you know, pain is going to happen. Suffering is going to happen. But there are ways and means so you can limit the suffering you experience. There are situations you can avoid, right? So that's the point. So this child will be like the byproduct of everything these two divine beings have experienced, understood, learned, grown from, healed from. Okay, what they've been able to accomplish in terms of their ascension, and all of that energy and power filtering down into this one divine being. And these children will literally be operating side by side with Source. This is insane. I never expected to get a reading like that, you know, but that's why these spirit animals are watching closely to see what's going on in the environment of the divine masculine and divine feminine, regardless if, you know, they are actually attached to one or the other, right? They're still checking in on both parties to see what's happening. So this could be a literal pet of yours, or these are spirit animals you've seen around you for an extended period of time, because they've been appointed to you by the Most High to help lead you towards one another, to help you heal whatever sacral wounding you have, the two of you, okay? Whatever traumas you may have when it comes to that. Whatever fears you may have about possibly having children or getting into a union, okay? Being in a long-term commitment, whatever the issues are, right? Yeah. And this is something that's literally led by the Most High. This energy is here. Like, it's insane. It's just wow. Like, it took me a minute to really just dissect this reading, but wow, it explains a lot. I know that's a lot to absorb, and it may require a couple of watches, okay? But those of you who have, you know, been in this situation, those of you who feel like, yes, I get it, like I've been in that situation, or I've been dealing with this, you'll get what it is that I'm saying, right? But there's aspects of this that is very deep, and it's going to blow your mind. I get it, because it's blowing my mind even, because yeah, like I just never expected to quite get this kind of reading. Look at this. Oh my God, we have the Hierophant. Oh my gosh, this is insane, Taurus energy. Look, it's literally the same being as this child. Like, this is the thing. These two people are going to raise this child, okay? So, you know, obviously this is more than one coupling, but, you know, I'm just talking about this specific situation. So these beings, right, are going to raise this child. And then when this child becomes of age, these two beings are going to, I wouldn't say worship, because that doesn't feel right, but they're going to respect the position this child holds. I don't feel like this child is going to be unruly or egotistical or, you know, place themselves above their parents. Absolutely not. But they're going to fulfill their purpose, their role here on earth. And these parents are going to respect the position that this child will hold once they come of age, once they're ready to really accept that position as a true spiritual leader. And I say spiritual leader, but it goes beyond that. You know, like, I don't even have a word for this, to be honest. Like, it's insane. This is like a spiritual master. This is like a living ascended master, essentially. Like, it's insane. I literally don't have a word for what this person will be. But it's someone of like the highest, it's like literally like an ascended master that's alive. Like, they won't go through the process in the same way that we had to or are going through, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, the power of these types of individuals is insane. But these are the people that are going to literally change the world. Crazy. Wow. Like they're literally going to be living examples of the divine's light. Not to say anyone else isn't, but it's hard to explain. They are literally going to be like walking vessels of the Most High. Like, you'll be able to see their energy like emitted strongly through these people. It's going to scare people. Let's put it that way. They're going to be intimidated by this presence, you know, because it's literally like looking into the eyes of the divine. It's crazy, this level that we're speaking on. And that's why these people, you know, once these children come into play, that's it. It's completely game over for them, you know. I feel like they'll find themselves buried deep, okay? Deep, deep, deep into the earth. And they will not make a return. Yeah, so whatever attempts that they're making to try and resurrect some ancient beings, deities, fallen angels, whatever, I don't know, Nephilim, whatever they're trying to resurrect, I don't see this being successful. The divine is like, absolutely not, right? And especially when these, you know, divine children come into being, it's not going to happen. No chance. They'll be able to annihilate any attempts immediately. Like, I cannot tell you how powerful these children are about to be. It's insane. And a lot of these children don't even exist yet, okay? But a lot of these divine unions are finally coming together so that these children can come into being. They already exist on a spiritual level, and they've been helping, trust me. They've been helping you both a lot. But they're ready to manifest now. They're ready to incarnate here on the 3D plane because they know they have a job to do. And they've already accepted their mission. They're just waiting on you two guys. You know, you two to essentially accept and come together to fulfill this mission. Crazy. Yeah. That's the thing. That's why the enemy's been playing on their minds a lot of, especially the divine masculine, because I feel like a lot of the feminines, they're already picking up on this and they're ready, okay? They've already been preparing for this, but a lot of the masculines, they've been getting stuck in root and sacral energy that's blocked, you know? There's still this energy of manipulation going on from these lower forces, you know? Some of them have parasitic attachments that they need to clear. Okay, these parasitic entities that are still latching on, that are affecting their decision making, okay, and leading them astray. So instead of going towards their love, their true love, they're going towards, you know, people that they lust over. And the divine is trying to wake them up to this. You know, that love and lust is not the same thing. And you can have like deep passion and chemistry and sexual desire for the person you love. You know, so you could have the best of both worlds, but if you're only chasing lust, you're never going to experience that joy, right? You're never going to experience something deeper, you know, a sacred sexual union. And these children can't be born if you're still chasing over, you know, base energies, right? That operate purely out of a lustful state. Yeah. And that's how it's easy for you to contract energetic attachments as well, through, you know, encounters with base energies, with karmic individuals, even infernal individuals, you know. So the divine is trying to wake, especially masculines, up to this at this time. I think a lot of feminines are already switched on and aware. So they've been very discerning with who they'll partner with. You know, they're looking for serious high-level commitment. They're looking for their person, okay, to do life with. But a lot of masculines are still unawakened to this. The fact that they're being distracted and led astray and essentially being psychologically attacked, manipulated. It's like mind control essentially taking place, right? So they keep going back to these karmic energies. They keep going back to, you know, more hedonistic ways of being, instead of sharing passion and being, you know, loving towards the divine feminine. So, yeah, a lot of masculines are needing to wake up still. Yeah. And I feel like the divine child is also trying to wake them up from this mind control. Like, wake up. You have a job to do. I am waiting to incarnate. I cannot, if you're still playing the field, wake up, okay? See, like, this is Sobek-like energy with this crocodile here, right? Yeah. So again, you know, just operating purely from the reptilian brain, which is survival, which is, you know, fight or flight. This is speaking on sexual impulses. This is speaking on a need for food, shelter, okay, keeping your head above water, and that's it, you know. So it's a very, very base way to operate. So unfortunately, there's still some divine masculines here who are not awake to this calling, this mission that they have, because they can't seem to see that they are keeping themselves stuck in a base frequency, operating sheerly from the reptilian brain, you know. But some are starting to wake up to this because they are facing the feminine. So some are starting to realize this, okay? And I feel like these spirit guides are playing a big role as well in trying to, you know, bring this to their awareness. So they shun these types of energies that are just base, okay? That are just more low frequency, low vibing. Yeah. So any advice here for the divine feminine before we close the read? Okay, so essentially everything happens for a reason. Your person is a past life soulmate, okay? You've connected before in the past and you'll connect again in this lifetime. You probably already know this person. You may have known them from childhood, or you've known them for many, many years, okay? This is someone that you possibly have familial ties with. Like, you know, you may know members of their family. They may know members of your family, or you grew up in the same neighborhood, or, you know, you went to like the same school or something like that. You did the same, you were interested in the same things. You have the same passions, something like that. Okay, so there's going to be things about them that's very familiar and friendly and warm about them, okay? That's what I feel. And so when you do cross paths with them again, all of that warmth is definitely going to be there. It's going to be present, okay? But right now, you just focus on, you know, what makes you feel good. And it's, you know, maintaining those strong soul level connections that you have in your life, and obviously your connection to spirit, because this is all balancing out anyway. And what about for the masculine? Advice for the masculine, please. Yeah, temperance. Don't forget why you're here, okay? That you are an earth angel. You've been sent here to fulfill an important mission. Part of it is to heal, okay? Not only yourself, but to support in the healing of others. Not only that, you are meant to transform a relationship here with your feminine. So regardless of whether or not you feel that they're open or receptive to you now based on whatever took place in the past, you need to be prepared to do what is needed to heal the connection, okay? Because like I said, you were both sent here as earth angels to fill a very important mission, independently and also together. And together, this divine child plays a huge role in that. Okay? So even if you're beating yourself up about certain choices you made, especially if you did gravitate towards third parties, the divine already forgive you for that. Okay, I feel like the feminine is even willing to forgive you for that, provided you step up to the plate. Okay, but you need to do what is required of you in order to fulfill this mission here. Because at the end of the day, no one can force you. You can choose to accept or not. But if you don't accept, know that you will be replaced. Okay, because there are other divine masculines who are adequately suited to these divine feminines. Just like if the divine feminine suddenly backs off, then another divine feminine will be, you know, eventually brought to your awareness. Okay, because there are others that exist out there, but it's just a case of, you know, the divine will match you with certain energies that are already familiar to you, that already are of the same vibration or a similar vibration. You know, even if one's slightly above the other in terms of their awakening or their healing process, you know, you're still an energetic match. But either party can be replaced. You know, it's just, it takes a long time to do that because, you know, these types of individuals don't come every day. So, but that's what you both need to know. Okay, so you have to make a decision here. And I feel like this pertains to the Scorpio full moon reading that I just did. Like, it's that energy of making a decision, right? So this is the position where high level divine beings find themselves. They have a choice to make if they accept this mission, this calling or not. But know that it is way bigger than yourselves, and that these divine children will literally change the world. I'm telling you, they will. It's not suddenly going to become a 5D paradigm, no. But I'm telling you, the changes they'll make on this planet is monumental. It's literally going to create a whole nother ginormous shift in collective consciousness to a huge degree. So it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to be a part of that legacy or not. Okay, for some of you, there'll be more than one child. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. You know? Yeah. So this is significant. You know? It's entirely up to you though. But anyway, this family unit is ready to be forged, to be formed. So this is what you need to ask yourselves, collective, okay? Divine masculine, divine feminine. Are you ready to accept this mission? Are you ready to come into union with your person now? And are you willing to teach, guide, nurture, and love this divine child that will come from this union? Because the skill set they're going to need is going to be far beyond the traditional, okay? Like, you need to be well versed in certain things pertaining to the spiritual as well. So you need to be willing to do your own research, okay? Keep doing your own research as well. So I hope this helps. I mean, I know this was a crazy reading. I hope it makes sense. But, you know, there is so much here that is, wow, it's powerful. And this is coming straight from the divine, you know. Yeah, look at this. Transformation, Anubis at the bottom of the deck. Death and rebirth cycles, okay? Are you ready for this? You know, but you have to be in your most balanced state of being. If your heart is weighed heavy with things, then you're not going to be able to fulfill this mission, okay? And that's why these infernal forces have been doing the most to try and break your heart on both sides. Because then if your heart is heavy, they know you can't fulfill your purpose here. They win. But if you release all that anger, resentment, if you forgive, if you hand it over to the divine and know that whatever's going on in the background is being handled, you're being protected, okay? And that you're willing to love, you're willing to, you know, trust in your person, you're willing to, you know, give it your all on both sides, then this is absolutely going to transform. This is absolutely going to change both of your lives and the lives of many others. because of the result of this union. So I hope this helps. I hope it makes sense to someone out there, but I believe whoever this is for, you'll understand it, okay? And you'll be just as probably shocked as I was getting that kind of message, but I hope it does help. If you did find it useful, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, click the notifications bell and click all so you don't miss any of your upcoming readings. But for now, wishing you guys all the best, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.